released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet, Ping Pong, Pizza used as code possibly?
I'm sorry, does
You're
this
asking
relate?
her about whether she's reviewed emails in the Epstein files, which relate to the wacky Pizzagate
You
scandal.
could characterize it however you want. I just would like to know if she's familiar with any of them.
So
She's
excuse me,
commenting.
your question is about whether or not she has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up. It was an outrageous allegation that ended up hurting a number of people, that caused a deranged young man to show up with his assault rifle and shoot up a local pizzeria. I can't believe you're even referencing it. You should be.
There are connections to the language.
Well,
I'm not
the
talking
QAnon
about,
people believe there are, so
I don't know what QAnon
have at
people
it.
believe.
Have at it.
But you've accused certain parties, and I think even right now today, of promoting slow walking or information in ways that fuels conspiracies. In your view, did any Epstein-Maxwell related investigations or file handling pre or post 2019 contribute to or intersect with the spread of Pizzagate style theories about Democrat figures?
Objection.
I have
Calls
no
for
way of answering. That is the
impossible amount of
most
speculation.
ridiculously.
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein file content that has been misinterpreted online to revive those claims? And what steps, if any, have you taken to clarify?
Again, object.
That's actually a very simple question that if you wanted to answer, even I, with knowing what's online right now, could be like, yeah, here's an answer for it. Here, let me give you one. I wasn't prepared for this, but I guess I am prepared for this. So this video right here that I just recorded like 40 minutes ago from doing some investigating, and this was something I never saw during the Pizzagate scandal, but
What's my name?
so for the record, real quick, I'll go back 10 seconds. This was posted a month ago, resurfacing. However, the first one comes from 10 years ago. Here it is. It was first posted here 10 years ago, 2016. And before being posted here, it was posted on the dark web in 2011. Okay? 2011. Okay, way before Pizzagate. Now, in this video I'm about to show, the one that was posted a month ago, people were trying to bring up the torture chamber comment in the Epstein files, right? The torture chamber comment that was messaged by, now we know, Sultan bin Sulayem, originally thought might be Netanyahu. At this point, we know that that's where that comes from, right? People are trying to bring it up and say, make a connection to Pizzagate that way. Now, you could make a connection from Epstein files to Pizzagate with Jeff Koons, but this right here is unsubstantiated. This right here is kind of nothing. The actual clip in the background is a real child being trafficked. And the audio in the background is very likely John Podesta. I could go into that on its own. He considers himself to have an alter ego named Skippy, which is more edgy and more cynical. And he was even joked about in the 90s on the DNC, in the left-wing Democrat Party, that, yeah, John Podesta he goes by Skippy. And what do we hear in this?
What's my name? What's my name? My other name. What do you call me? I am your father. From now on, you will call me your father. Shut up. You will call me your father. What is my name, huh? I'm just a kid who's...
I'm pausing it there because it's grotesque what's going on in the background and what's going on in that clip. However,
You
Let's go ahead and go through some audio checking, okay?
You
You. You.
want.
Want.
Listen.
Listen. Listen.
Call.
Call.
Me.
Me.
Now, I'm gonna leave it there. I could go through all this. I could go through many other things, but this is circumstantial evidence. This is nothing at all, more so reaches. But very much the voice in the background sounds very much like it's John Podesta. Now, that came out in 2011. Okay? People brought it up again. That came out in the dark web in 2011. People brought it up during Pizzagate because it sounds like John Podesta. And now it got brought up again with the resurfacing of the Epstein files. So when you are asked the question,
Finney, miss you were
The answer to that is the most
Speculation.
ridiculously.
with what I just said in mind, if somebody asks you, you know, you're part of that whole controversy, about it, and says this,
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein file content that has been misinterpreted online
have you identified any Epstein content that's been misidentified or misinterpreted? Yes, I just showed.
to revive those claims? And what steps, if any,
Yes.
have you taken to clarify?
Again, object on the ground of.
I think that this is all very
Speculation.
reasonable.
Well,
It
first
is.
of all,
It is.
I don't follow the crazy conspiracy stories that are online. I regret that anybody does. I find it quite sad, but also disturbing that people would believe some of what is put forth, like Pizzagate. So I have taken no steps to review anything
Do you think
that might
pizza-
have any connection to something which I think is totally bogus.
John Podesta, your 2016 campaign chair, appears in some Epstein file contexts. Social overlaps or mentions. Were you aware of any of the Podesta-related communications in the released files?
Can you
that have-
please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review or the exhibits that reflect that? In
I
order
can.
to-
So I'm gonna go ahead and go through this one more time. Let's go ahead and go ahead and look through James Alefantis, the in the top 50 wealthiest people in Washington D.C. while only being a pizza shop owner. Let's go ahead and go through his Instagram, yeah? Because like Hillary just said, there's nothing to look into in Pizzagate, right? Photo of a little baby, weird photo, baby with pizza, him with his baby, and chicken lovers. Chicken lovers is the hashtag. Him with another baby that's taped up. Kids at Comet Ping Pong. Comet Long Dong Pizza Shop. We got kid playing with Obama ping pong. We got pandas with a ton of Cum Panda. What are we referencing there? Huh? What are we referencing there? Then we go down here. We got murder in a little meat locker, little storage room looking thing. We got hashtag murder. Right here we got his friend, one of James Alefantis' friend accounts on. If he's following this page, if they ain't bleeding, we're good. Here you got kids picking up condoms out of a piñata. Here you got pizza with the that on it. You got one of his friends posting something, posting coffins, doing some work. So that's just a little bit. But when it comes to Comet Ping Pong here, how do you feel when you learn that he doesn't have kids? That he's a gay dude with no children? And so, well, if he has no children, what's up with that chicken lovers post? Let me just cover that real quick. Go to my desktop. Go to folders, Pizzagate. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at some of these now. Let's go ahead and look at all of what I have of James Alefantis' page, okay? So we just saw this a minute ago. This is another one from his, talking about Jeff Koons, a artwork of Jeff Koons, which is extremely sexual. It's dick going in a penis. James Alefantis, Jimmy Comet, posting that on his page, right? We go here. Oh, okay, he's posting that. Then we got this. Oh yeah, let me actually, my bad. I think I have to go to this screen. Yeah, let me go backwards now. Let's go back a few photos. Or actually, let me just do this. Let's go back here. Put that here. Okay, let's go backwards. We got these again. We got this weird photo from Jeff Koons, who I very much am going to be talking about soon on something else. That's major. We got this. Got this. Oh, panda mask. Oh, and then we got, what's that hashtag? What's that hashtag right there? Oh, we got Long Dong Pizza Shop. We got the Obama photo. We got this from a friend of his. We got this. We got hashtag murder. We have this. Like what are we talking about? To say, let me go back real quick. Let's go ahead and hear what Hillary said a minute ago. You feel bad that people are looking into these things?
Your 2016 campaign chair appears in some Epstein file contexts. Social overlaps or mentions. Were you aware of any of the Podesta-related communications in the released files?
Can you please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review, or the exhibits that reflect that in order for her to be able to
I
do
can
that?
get some exhibits and pause this question
Speak to
in the
that when you
meantime.
provide those.
I will get those, and I will skip that question
The
until
Congresswoman
we can.
asked generally if she's aware.
Generally, she is asking if she's aware of specific information that is in the
What did she say?
Like mine.
To clarify, misinterpreted online. To clarify,
Again, objects on the ground of
I think that this is all very
speculation.
reasonable.
Well, first of all, I don't follow the crazy conspiracy stories that are online. I regret that anybody does. I find it quite sad, but also disturbing that people would.
I find it disturbing that you're not looking into this. I find it disturbing that the man who's friends with these guys worked for the Democratic National Convention. I find it disturbing that we're hosting pizza parties at this place where a pedophilic and satanic band, Heavy Breathing and Majestic Apes, played at. Okay? Live and directing traffic from the basement of Comet Ping Pong. Gnarly set. Looking forward to the next one. Here's another work from his friend. Here's more from his friends. I do want to point out one thing about these. It says Comet Ping Pong right there. These are friends of his, but whether they're workers or not, we don't know. Also, Pajama Factory. Hashtag Kill Room. Okay. Next folder. I'm not even going to show that one. Marina Abramovich. Don't get connected to these types of people. The Michelle Lammies. Don't get connected to these types of people in the world. This one. Him posting a photo of him at the beach with, I don't know, maybe a nephew or something. I would hope. But they're like, what the fuck is this comment? Makes me want to go to temple. Because, I wouldn't have any issue with that. But considering what we saw a minute ago, considering I saw this a minute ago, when I see makes me want to go to temple from a friend of his and a post like this, that's just weird to me. raises flags. Just like this photo with the yellow bead. Because I'm not going to talk about it. But these things mean something. The color, specifically, represents something. A different color would mean something else. Could be normal. Maybe they just like fried chicken. But everything else on this dude's posts and pages. Also, these are different children. These are not the same children. Actually, maybe this kid and this kid are the same. Maybe. The first and the third might be the same, but all of these are not the same. And he doesn't have children. And here's another friend of his, like I just showed a minute ago. Right? So, that's some of the weird stuff. Right? Then we have Besta Pizza. Right fucking up in the same block. A good 200 feet away. And what's that logo? Oh, it spirals inward. Triangle. Oh, that's pretty weird. And once Pizzagate blew up, they changed their logo. Oh, so they changed their logo from a weird triangle to a pizza. Okay. And if you look up Besta Pizza, you see that the corporate name is Uptown Pizza. Okay. And if you look up Uptown Pizza, let me zoom out. You learn that Andrew Klein is the registered agent for Uptown Pizza. And Andrew Klein was a Clinton appointee with an MA in Human Rights from Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, one of 4 attorneys in Human Trafficking Prosecution Unit of Department of Justice in the Civil Rights Division. And he is tasked with providing U.S. attorneys nationwide on training for prosecuting trafficking cases. So you're telling me this man who's so deep involved in teaching about how to prosecute human trafficking wouldn't know that this symbol that is on his shop is very much a symbol that the FBI in 2007 came out talking about. Then we go here, and I'm not going to get into it, but this is a major thing during the WikiLeaks. I'm not going to open it up and go through it all, but this was a lot of the leaks and information that through that we learned the connections that Tony Podesta and John Podesta have with the art world and with certain places like this one, like this place, and with where artworks like these from a guy who I didn't show a minute ago, Matt Seesaw, were really weird art. And you're down really far down the rabbit hole when you go to and you're looking into French websites and French places that they visit and you find shit like this. You're down fucking deep. But to say all of that is nothing, we'll leave it at this. Runs family-friendly restaurant, posts really inappropriate images publicly to Instagram. Leave it at this. Pizzagate's false. They said it's false. And so that must mean it's false. Basically how shit went when it comes to debunking. Conspiracy theory has been widely discredited and debunked. It has been described as false by fact-checking website Snopes, New York Times. The Metropolitan Police Department of District of Columbia characterized the matter as fictitious conspiracy theory, others included, and it just lists like 8 different places. So where's the evidence? Where's any actual debunking of this? Most of the purported evidence cited by the conspiracy has been taken entirely from different sources and made to appear as if they support conspiracy. Images, children, family, friends were taken from social media. Yup. and claim to be photos of victims. No, we did not claim to be photos of victims. We don't know any victims so far. All we do know is they are posting pedestry. Pedastry. Specifically, what I'm referencing is these people get away with it with the excuse of pushing for people that like it or want to be with them. Or it's okay so long as that minor or that person is also okay with it. That's different from forcing. But on one hand, you have that majorly going on, and on the other hand, you probably have children being forced into it too. But we don't have any evidence of that yet. I mean, shit. I take that back, because there kind of was evidence of a child screaming, "Help me," at Ping Comet. But I'll leave that alone. And that was 18 years ago by Frank Winstead, if you look that up online. But nobody has claimed that. And all of this shit just makes me want to do this. Like, nobody has any evidence that a child has been trafficked. But what we do have is evidence of people who are clearly fucking pedophiles that nobody is looking into, nobody's trying to do anything about.
Was accused, along with myself, my brother, and others, of running a child sex ring out of the pizza parlor. Mainstream media like debunked that instantly.
I still have some questions about that, by the way.
But you can't pull that back.
After WikiLeaks started dropping my emails.
Let me pause
the
here.
First
2 days after.
2 days after. So October 7th, let's go through the chronology.
Yes.
On October 7th, the Access Hollywood tape comes out. 1 hour later, WikiLeaks starts dropping my emails into the public. One could say that those things might not have been a coincidence.
Okay.
2 days later, the FBI contacted me, and the first thing the agent said to me was, I don't know if you're aware, but your email account might have been hacked.
When did
I said
you
yes.
know?
Yeah, I said yes. I was aware of that.
But when were you aware that you had been hacked? October 7th?
I think I was. It was confirmed on October 7th in some of the DNC dumps that had occurred earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but when did you know? It's a very simple question. You're avoiding it.
And other campaign officials also had their emails divulged earlier than October 7th. But in one of those DNC dumps, there was a document that appeared to me might have come from my account. So I wasn't sure. I didn't know what they had, what they didn't have. It wasn't until October 7th when Assange in his first statements said things that were incorrect, but started dumping them out and said they were going to all dump out. That's when I knew that they had the contents of my email account.
When history is written about this election.
By the way, that was the last time I talked to the FBI.
And you have still not heard from the FBI since?
You asked me when.
Yeah.
How am I getting additional briefings? That was the first and last time I talked to the FBI.
So October 9th is the last time you have heard from the FBI at all?
Yes.
You have not got an update on the investigation to your personal email?
That is correct.
Do you expect to get a phone call before the end of the year?
Maybe before the end of the show.
Let me ask you, when
believe some of what is put forth, like Pizzagate. So I have taken no steps to review anything that might have any connection to something which I think is totally bogus.
John Podesta, your 2016 campaign chair, appears in some Epstein file contexts, social overlaps or mentions. Were you aware of any of the Podesta-related communications in the released files?
Can you please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review, or the exhibits that reflect that in order for her to be able to do
get some exhibits and pause this question
speak to
in the
that when you
meantime.
provide those?
I will get those, and I will skip that question until we can.
Generally, if she's aware.
Generally, she is asking if she's aware of specific information that is in the files that you all are relying on. Please provide the witness with copies of that material.
If your client doesn't know or has no recollection, she's welcome to state so.
We're also welcome to actually see the information that you're speaking to.
Again,